Bret Hart versus Sting, Hogan versus Warrior, Goldberg versus DDP. I mean, you got kind of more or less 5 main event matches, kind of in a row to end the show. Pretty remarkable, pretty amazing. Obviously, Steiner versus Steiner is not what we want it to be. Hall versus Nash, not what we wanted it to be. Bret and Sting, maybe not as good as they've had in other matches. Hogan and Warrior, obviously, we know how much of a cluster that was. The crowd was into it at first, but then it kind of gets a cluster. The fireball doesn't work. The Horace Hogan shot to the back with the chair as the finish. That was kind of lame. And then, of course, Warriors has said, wow, the only reason I was really there wasn't really to make money. It was so Hogan could get his win back from WrestleMania 6. Not sure if that's true, but that's definitely one of those things where it kind of makes sense in a certain way, in a certain light, that's for sure. But that match definitely would go on the bad list, and we'll get to that in a second, but that would definitely go on the bad list. That was not good at all. But as far as the main event was concerned, this shockingly, I know in some cable systems they thought it was the main event, and that went off air after that. But the real main event of the show was an awesome match and one of Goldberg's best matches. Goldberg versus Diamond Dallas Page. Goldberg, of course, remained undefeated and retained his WCW title